the St. Louis Police Department went down and arrested a number of the occupiers who were staying overnight. And they arrested 11 the first night. The next night, the police department went down there and they got the message, and they didn't go back down there. So after they were arrested, they stopped going down there. Unfortunately, the mayor sent them a mixed message that he supported them, and he also implied that if there was city control, these folks wouldn't be arrested. After that, the occupiers came back. The same day that the mayor's people, Eddie Roth and Jeff Rainford, met with the protesters, there was a girl who was sexually assaulted down there at Keener Plaza. And what happened was the girl goes into a tent provided by the occupiers, one of those tents, and a guy goes in there and assaults her, sexually assaults her. Now, I'm not going to go into the assault, and I'm not going to give her name, that wouldn't be proper. But people need to know what goes on down there. Now, the mainstream media has not placed that out there. And I think this is something that folks need to know. And so I believe if the mayor would allow the police department to do its job and take care of this problem and not allow these tents to be set up, this sexual assault wouldn't have happened. This is what happens when politics gets involved in police work. And this is why I'm so against local control. Because once the mayor got involved, the police had to step back. And now look what happens. We get a sexual assault, a man was arrested there, and this could have easily been prevented. This crime would not have occurred if those tents would have not been allowed to be set up there. And this is something that happens not late at night, but in broad daylight at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. On the mayor's website, he says, hey, obey the laws, but we support you. So when you give people tacit support like that, when you allow them to have electricity and power because it's cold down there, when you allow people not to get permits, when you allow people to set up tents illegally, this is the result.
Right.
Someone gets sexually assaulted. And there's no one to blame on this, but there is. I think the administration, the city administration, is to blame on this crime.
And had the laws on the books been enforced, that tent would not have been there for the girl to be assaulted in.
This would have never occurred in the first place if we would just enforce the law like we were. And this is just another reason why local control is a bad idea for the city of St. Louis. If the police would have been allowed to carry forth, we'd have stopped this in the beginning, like we did initially. Unfortunately, they were encouraged to come back in. And this is being done for political purposes.